Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Revit Potential. I am Justice. I will be your tour guide in this particular tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you everything you need to know about the Revit materials, be it applying a material to a surface and how to use the paint tool very well to apply to various surfaces. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into the video. So this is what I'll be doing. I'm going to be showing you how to apply materials in this tutorial. So to find your materials without clicking any particular thing here, you just need to go to manage, and once you go to manage, you'll be able to see materials. So if you click on that, you're going to see the materials in this particular project. So I'm just going to drag this out in a little bit so we can see various materials. Now by default, these are the materials loaded in the template I am going to be using. It doesn't mean that you are limited to the materials in the templates you are using. No, you are not limited to them. You can import new materials, create new materials, and do a whole lot of things as long as you know the material you want to achieve or the surface field you want to achieve in your project. So I'm going to be showing you how to use this to right here in Revit. So I'll create a wall. I'll create various walls, then I'll be applying various materials to the walls in terms of applying materials and also using the paints too. So let's go. So WA in my keyboard for wall. I don't really need this. Let me just set some standards. Okay, so I'll be drawing various walls. So let me draw wall 1. Sorry, I just want to use the 225 wall. So I'm just going to draw this as a wall. Then I'm going to let me just basically draw kind of like a footprint of a building. Then I can apply various materials to them. Okay, so let's say this is what I have. So I finished this. So let's go to the 3D view, and you can see the footprint I just drew right here inside of Revit. So let me turn off the shadows so you can see it very well. So this is what I have. So I'm going to be applying the paints and the materials to this. So by default, all this is a single wall, and it already has a material, as you can see in the structure material. So it has a material already, which is the OP white wall. It doesn't mean I cannot change that. I can also change that. So this is what I will do. So let's say I want to make this particular wall here different from this. Maybe have a different material. So let me just change this to textures so that you can be able to see the materials quite well. So let's say I have this, or maybe realistic. Okay, so I have the wall already drawn, and you can see this is dark. So I'll click on this wall. I'll go to the edit tab. Let me get this to the center. That's the type properties. Then you see the structure here under construction. You click on edit, and you see the material here and the thickness. You can change the thickness. You can also add other layers to this. So I'll just go to the thickness, and then I know this particular material is the one we're using. So I'll just click on this is the render appearance. That's why it is looking black in color. When you go to this, so it's looking black in color. We can change that to look a bit whiter. So we can do this, and then once you will notice something, once I apply this and click OK to this, and then OK to this, and then I apply this, you can see this becomes a bit whiter. So let's just go back again, edit, then click this. So let's say I want to apply a new material to this. So if I change the material I have for this, it is going to change the overall material. Why? Because I did not I will not duplicate. I need to duplicate the material, so I will not lose the initial material I already have. So let's say I want to use this window frame as an example. Then I need to duplicate material assets. So I have window frame 1. I always like renaming this, and I will always suggest you rename this so you won't have conflicting materials answering the same name, which could be very confusing to you in your project. So what I will do is let's say I call this wall material, and then I enter. So this wall material. Then what I need to do now is I can just quickly set up some graphics for it and how it will look. So let me just make this bigger so that you can be able to follow through it. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is to go to the graphics and click on this use render appearance. I can also decide to leave it at this. So this is a metallic paint, as you can see. So it has a color. The highlights spread is 60. I just want to leave it add that as a color, not an image, so it's just going to be a color. I want it to be very white. Then I can apply. Then let's say I want to add like a tint to it. I can add a tint or a top coat, but I don't want to do that, so let me just leave this as it is for this particular material. Then I can apply and then click on OK. OK again, apply, and then OK. So you can see the wall becomes whiter, though you can't feel it that much, but it becomes whiter. You can change this to textures and you feel the white, how white the wall is. So but let's say I want to just have just one single wall here. It means that I've already lost this particular wall here because I did not duplicate it before I apply the material. Always remember to duplicate. But let's say I want to have a different material at this wall I highlighted, so that it's going to have a different material from the rest of the walls. How do I do that? So two ways to do that. You can go to paint, to edit type, duplicate this wall and have another wall and then have another material, or you can just click on PT in your keyboard and then find the material you want to apply to this. So let's say you want to apply a brick material there. You can just type in bricks and then enter. So there are no brick material in this particular project, in this particular template at the moment, so there are no brick materials. Okay, there is one. You can see the brick common, so we can just click the surface, that's for this material. We'll click the surface, and if you zoom in, you're going to see the brick material that we just picked. You're not limited to this color of brick. Most people do think this is the only color of brick you can use in Revit. No, it's not. So let me show you. I'm going to create a new brick material and then I'm going to apply it to this particular wall here. So we'll have two different brick materials. So I will just show you how to create a new material or import a material, import an image you have downloaded from Ambient Textures into this, basically a map that you've already downloaded. So we'll click on the wall, we'll go to the edit type, and then we'll click on materials, and then this is what we have. Let me just quickly just reduce this a bit. So I'm going to go to this and then create new material. So you automatically see this default new material. So what I will do is I'm going to click on it, I'm going to rename it, and then let me call this brick 2, bricks 2, and I'll click on OK. Then this is the material we have selected. So this is what I will do. I'm going to now reduce this, then I'll click on this use render appearance, then I'll go to the appearance, and then under this image you'll see this right up, no image selected. So I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to try and find a material I already a bump map of a brick I already have downloaded already from Ambient Textures. So I'll be dropping the names of various websites you can download very fantastic materials for Revit. Then you can use the same procedure to get them into your Revit project. So materials, then I have some here. Okay, you can see brick already here. So this is a brick. These are materials I've already downloaded. So let's say I want to use this brick. Okay, is a JPEG file. So I'll open it, and automatically you're going to see this. Then you will notice the material here, which will update itself, so you will know. Do you want the material to be reflective? No. Bricks are not. Transparent? No. Self illumination? No. If I also have a bump map for bricks, I can also decide to check this and also import maybe a bump map for the brick. Let me just use the same material. So I have a bump map. I can decide to either increase the bump map or reduce it in the amount. Then all I need to do is to also go back to this and then apply this and apply this. So now what it means is I've created a new material. Then when I hit PT again in my keyboard, I can see brick 2 here. So all I need to do is to just click the surface, and if you zoom in, you're going to see brick 2, which we just brought into our project, as you can see. So it's not like it's only one brick that you're limited to, but as you can see, this is bigger than this, so this is very small. So this is what we'll do. We'll go to materials again, and then under we'll select brick 2, which is selected. Then we'll go to appearance and we'll go to image. Then we'll just want to increase the sample scale and the height and all that. So this on the tile, we'll leave it at that. So we'll just increase this because they're the same. So this is like let's say we want to make this like 800. the same thing with this. Then we'll click on done, and we'll click on apply, and we'll click on OK. So you can see this is becoming bigger with depending on what we're clicking. So we can also go to materials again, and then if we want to check the one of this image, we can also check it. That's the scale. So this is in around 1 meter, and this is in 1.1 meter. So that can help us to know what we want to do with our brick too. So we'll click on it again, and then we'll scroll down to this sample size, and then let's say 1 meter here. So we'll click on done, and then we'll click on apply, and we'll click on OK. So this becomes much bigger than it's already is. So you can just keep on playing with this till you achieve what you actually want to achieve. If you have a custom number for what you want to do, a custom scale for the bricks or whatever material you are using. So I just want to make this 2 meters each. Done, apply. Okay, so this is bigger, and you just keep playing with it till you achieve what you want to achieve for the bricks or any other material. You can also decide to scale this one down or just to leave it that way. So now we have created a new material. So you'll notice this particular wall here still has the same material, which is the wall material we created earlier, but the surface, that's this front surface that we painted, now has a different material, but the rest of the wall still maintains the same material. So this can help you to have variations in your paints and still maintain the same material, instead of going to assign a material to each particular wall, which can be very tedious and might take you a whole lot of time. So let's say I have something, let me create like a floor. So let me go to the DPC level and create like a floor right here. Okay, let's just say something like this, then I'll finish this. Now if you go to the 3D view, you're going to see that this floor is actually black, ash in color. Doesn't mean we cannot change it. We can always change everything. So this is this, we have this floor doesn't have a material, that's why it is in by category, so there's no material attached to this. So we can do something about that by editing it and then assigning the material to it, or let's just say we want to just use the paint tool for the top. So this is what I normally do. You go to manage again, go to materials, and then you can create a new material if you do not have a material in your templates that you are using for this. Let's just say it's a wooden floor, so I can use this oak floor that I have. Then I can click on PT in my keyboard, and then I can go select the oak floor, or I can just go here and type wood. So I have various wooden materials. So this goes to this, so you can see the floor material. I can decide to change it again to another different floor. I can decide to use cherry. So I have various wood textures you can use for your projects, depending on the one that suits what you want to do or design. So but let's say you want to apply a marble material to this. So if you check the template you are using, rarely you see marble, very rare you see marble, so they are not always there. So this is what I normally do. So I go to materials, then I'm going to create a new material again. Then you'll see default new material. Then I'm going to right click on this, and I just made a mistake. Ctrl Z. Let me just delete this one. Default new material, then I'll call this marble. Okay, so marble. Then I'm going to go to graphics. I'll check this, go to appearance, go to image, and then I'm going to import one of the images I have for marbles. A tire, not like marble or something, just like a tire. But if you want a marble material, Revit has quite a lot of marble materials in the asset browser. So this is the asset browser just right under here, so I'll click on that. The asset browser has a whole lot of materials that you cannot even imagine. So I can just go here and type in marbles, then I can enter. So you just need to give it some time. So it doesn't have a marble material here, but we can always import a marble material ourselves if you do download one yourself. So this is what we'll do. I'll go back to this. I have a white marble material here, as you can see. I have a white marble material, then I can click on open. You see the marble material. The brightness is this. Yeah, I want to leave it at that. No. Okay, so done. I will go to this, uncheck this, and then check the reflectivity a bit, because I want it to be reflective. Then I want the reflectivity, not too much, just something around this, because marble materials do reflect just a bit. So I'm going to go to graphics again, make sure this is checked, apply, and then click OK. So I have a marble material to apply to this floor. I'll click on paint, and then I can just go here and then find my marble. This is it. Okay, so I'll just apply this. So you can see the white marble material I just created right here in Revit. You can decide to increase the marble if you do not like it, paint, and then you're still in your marble material, appearance, information, sorry, generic. Then go to this, click on it, then we're going to just scroll down to the scale. So let's say 700. Done, apply. Okay, so this becomes bigger. That's the marble material. So that is just it for applying materials. As you can see, this is just the only material we apply to this floor. The other faces of the floor still has the floor in without any material, which is in by category. So you can also decide to apply a different material to this part of the work. So let's say I want to apply like a concrete material here. So let me show you how to bring out a material from the assets browser into Revit. So what I need to do is to go here, create go to materials, and then let's say there is always a concrete material in this particular template that I'm using. So I have quite a whole lot of them. So let me use the concrete mainstream. I'm going to duplicate it, and then I'll call this concrete. Let's just say con. Then I'll go to the image, and I'll remove this. Then I'm going to go to this. Now these are maps that comes with Revit. A whole lot of maps comes with Revit, so you can actually click on it and get a new materials. You can see there are a whole lot of materials that can come with that comes with Revit. You can actually play with any of these map and then import them into your project. But that's not what I want to show you now. What I want to show you is just how to import a material from the assets browser. So I'm here, I can type in concrete, just a few words of the material you're looking for, and then it is going to provide you with a number of them that is available. So I have just a few of them. What I need to do is to now click on this, and then it's going to now come into my project, and it is going to replace whatever I have in my project. So you can see it's being replaced immediately. So that's just it. I can now click on this, then I might want to change this to maybe a new concrete material I can decide to delete this, then type in concrete. So you can see a lot of concrete materials. It is going to take me to one. I can now come back here again, and then how I'm doing this is to just hold your control key, and then your scroll your scroll tab, and then you can be able to scroll and find in a lot of and make it bigger. That's the map, so you can be able to see. So these are all concrete materials, depending on the one you want to use for your work. So I can decide to use this, open. So this is the one I want to use, apply, done, then okay. Then I've created a new concrete material from the asset browser. Then I can now search for it. Conc is the name, this is it. Then I can apply it to this surface. So if you zoom in, you're going to see the concrete. It's a concrete material, so it's concrete. Then we have our marble, just something like that. Is now making the floor look like it is a concrete. The floor was constructed with concrete material, and then there is a marble material used as the finish for the floor on top. So this is everything you need to know about materials in Revit most of the things you need to know about materials. So in this tutorial, I've shown you how to use the material browser. I've also shown you how to import new materials from the asset browser into your project, and I've also shown you how to use the maps and also how to create your own new material and then put in a downloaded map that you have downloaded from any particular website in this tutorial. So you are very free to keep experimenting with this. The more you experiment with it, the better you become in Autodesk Revit, and the more your proficiency will grow inside of Revit. Thank you very much for watching. I'll still drop the various websites you can download a whole lot of map materials for your Revit projects in the description of this video. Thank you for watching. If you're new to our channel, this is how we do. We dish out architecture related content to help beginners and advanced Revit users to sharpen their skills and become better Revit users. If you're new to the channel, please do click the subscribe button. It helps us to grow, and it will equally help you to grow. Are free to click the notification bell as well when you subscribe. This will help you to always stay in touch with any video we drop, so you do not miss a thing. Thank you very much for watching. Peace.